Welcome back. 74 Canadian postage stamps worth money. 1857 Prince Albert 60 reddish purple, very thick soft wove paper, full to large margins and rich color. 1851 Queen Victoria 12T black laid paper, horizontal pair ample to large margins to barely touching at right. 1855 Jacques Cartier 10T blue thick paper, ample to mostly large margins, brilliant proof-like color. 1857 Queen Victoria half T rose, ample to large margins, gorgeous bright color and finely detailed impression. 1857 Queen Victoria 7.5 T green, full to large margins, lovely bright color and fresh original gum. 1858 Queen Victoria half T rose, exceptionally well centered within perforations, clearing the design. 1859 Prince Albert 10 cent red lilac, double epaulets, exceptionally well centered with fresh edge. 1868 Large Queen half cent black, perfectly centered, intense color and razor sharp impression. 1868 Large Queen 1 cent brown red, beautifully centered, stunning rich color and a deep proof-like impression. 1868 Large Queen 2 cent green, thin paper, bright and fresh with choice centering unused. 1868 Large Queen 12.5 cent blue, very well centered, bright fresh color, large part original gum. 1868 Large Queen 15 cent grey violet, pawnbroker variety, position 10, wonderfully well centered. 1875 Large Queen 15 cent blue grey, outstanding centering, stunning color, fresh original gum. 1868 Large Queen 15 cent deep blue, well centered, rich color, original gum, lightly hinged and fine. 1868 Large Queen 1 cent brown red, laid paper, unmistakably laid paper with a vertical verge line. 1870 Small Queen 1 cent yellow and perforation 11.5 and 12. 1872 Small Queen 2 cent green, precise centering with absolutely immense margins, brilliant color. 1876 Small Queen 5 cent slate green, quite well centered, lovely fresh color and full, never hinged original gum. 1872 Small Queen 6 cent yellow brown, near perfect centering within very large margins and rich color. 1880 Small Queen 10 cent magenta, well centered, stunning rich color, original gum and very fine choice. 1888 Small Queen 5 cent grey, well centered, beautiful deep color, spotless, never hinged original gum. 1888 Small Queen 6 cent red brown, excellent centering, rich proof like color, original gum, never hinged. 1893 Small Queen 8 cent violet black, choice centering within huge margin, marvelous color, original gum. 1897 Small Queen 10 cent dull rose, perfectly centered within white margins, lovely powdery color, full original gum. 1893 Queen Victoria windows weeds 20 cent vermilion, beautifully centered, rich bright color, full fresh original gum. 1893 Queen Victoria Widow's Weeds 50 cent, deep blue, exceedingly well scented, brilliant color on bright paper. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee half cent $5 plate proof on India, block of 4. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee 8 cent dark violet, perfectly scented, proof like color, original gum and never hinged. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee 15 cent steel blue, choice centering, stunning color with a proof like impression. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee 20 cent for million with an extending printing line at the bottom right. Wonderfully well scented. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee 50 cent ultramarine well scented. Bright pastel shade. Original gum never hinged. Choice. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee $1 lake. Right margin single well scented. Absolutely gorgeous intense color. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee $2 dark purple. Very well scented, deep color, original gum, never hinged. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee $3 yellow bister, exceedingly well scented. Warm, rich color, original gum, lightly hinged. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee $4 purple, excellent centering within very large margins, brilliant color. 1897 Queen Victoria Jubilee $5 olive green. Near perfect centering, large margins, rich color. 1897 Queen Victoria Maple Leaf $5 5 cent dark blue on bluish. Outstanding centering, deep shade. 1897 Queen Victoria Maple Leaf 6 cent brown flawless centering, proof like color and impression. Pristine, never hinged, original gum. 1897 Queen Victoria Maple Leaf 8 cent orange excellent centering within unusually large margins. 1898 Queen Victoria Maple Leaf 10 cent brown violet choice centering proof like color and impression. 1899 Queen Victoria numeral 5 cent blue on bluish beautifully centered large margins brilliant color flawless never hinged. 1898 Queen Victoria numeral 6 cent brown well centered post office fresh color and paper never hinged original gum. 1902 Queen Victoria numeral 7 cent olive yellow near perfect centering within huge balanced margins and bright color. 1898 Queen Victoria numeral 8 cent orange well centered large margins deep color original gum never hinged. 1898 Queen Victoria numeral 10 cent brown violet excellent centering stunning fresh color immaculate paper. 1909 Queen Victoria numeral 20 cent olive green choice centering rich color and a razor sharp impression. 1903 King Edward VII 5 cent blue on bluish very well scented bright color original gum never hinged. 1903 King Edward VII 7 cent olive bister very well scented gorgeous color flawless never hinged. 1903 King Edward VII 10 cent brown lilac wonderful centering within huge margins proof like color and impression. 1903 King Edward VII 20 cent olive green excellent centering within unusually large margins. 1908 King Edward VII 50 cent purple well centered large margins brilliant color original gum. 1908 2 cent Quebec centered with mathematical precision with brilliant color and enormous margins. Well, 1908 7 cent Quebec perfectly centered absolutely post office fresh original gum extremely fine. 1908 10 cent Quebec wonderfully well centered within truly large margins stunning color original gum. 1908 15 cent Quebec perfectly centered rich color original gum never hinged extremely fine example. 1908 20 cent Quebec near perfect centering lovely fresh color original gum never hinged extremely fine choice. 1852 Beaver 3D red neat Quebec 37 4 ring numeral cancel. Well, 1929 $1 Parliament imperforate vertically horizontal pair original gum never hinged very fine. Registry 1875 2 cent for million block of 4 original gum bright fresh color fine to very fine. Vortex 1916 2 cent plus 1 cent brown dye 1 original gum lightly hinged fine to very fine. 1922 1 cent yellow dye 2 wet printing perfectly centered within exceedingly large margins. 1911 2 cent carmine and eye-catching mint single featuring dazzling intense color and impression. 1914 5 cent dark blue exceptionally well centered and margined intense color in a dark shade. 1912 10 cent plum wet printing well centered within exceptionally large margins wonderfully fresh original gum. Well, 1925 50 cent black brown dry printing well centered within large margins strong rich color original gum. 1923 $1 orange dry printing gorgeous mint example intense radiant color. 1959 5 cent St. Lawrence Seaway center inverted an especially choice used example of this always popular invert rarity. 1868 $2 third bill revenue center inverted near perfect centering which is almost impossible to find. 1898 2 cent black, gray and carmine imperial penny postage imperforate unused top sheet margin vertical pair. 1927 1 cent to 12 cent confederation imperforate horizontally vertical pair well centered and margined. 1929 50 cent dark blue nose imperforate vertical pair original gum lightly hinged fresh and extremely fine. 1932 5 cent dark blue imperforate vertically slacked block of 4 original gum lightly hinged fresh and extremely fine. 1938 50 cent green imperforate vertical pair uniformly large margins pristine original gum. Canadian province 1860 40 orange vermilion on medium handmade paper good to large margins. Thank you and subscribe.